also gonna check a few other things real quick. Boom, boom. All right, looks like we are live. Let's get that going. Oh, let me actually grab my phone. Double check that. Oh, dang, it is live. Just got the notification. All right, we got chat game going strong. And let's see what else we got. Give that a second. Yo, what up, Logan? Let me see if I can't find all my crap today. So yeah, today show us that Raptor. What's up, Ron? What's up, Justin? Ugh. There it is. There she is. Let's check that out. Raptor X. So this one's mine. As y'all can tell, it's all white. And then I actually had, because mine was white. It's always been, mine's always been white. And then when I got it upgraded from the Raptor to the Raptor X, I had to wrap the front of it, because the front of it's actually black. It's something that Red did. Not a huge fan of it, but yeah, it's just the way the Raptor X's were created. So the whole front plate of mine is actually black. So I got it all wrapped to make it back white. Because, I mean, I got one of the first Raptors that ever came out. And so I got the Stormtrooper edition. So yeah, I'm really, I'm pretty pumped about how that's working out. All right, let's see. These overlays ain't doing what they supposed to do. All good. Who else we got chilling with us? What up, Kirk? Yep, we live today. Ezreal said the Superman camera. Yeah, man, they used the Raptor X on Superman. They did a lot of stuff on Superman on virtual production. So a lot of like LED screens, and so that's really where this camera really shines. Logan says, is the Raptor getting autofocus too, or is that just the KX? So the Raptor X has autofocus. It's just as good as the KX. I would not say either one of them are just like amazing, but you know, they get the job done. So the project that I'm working on, we are getting ready to do a feature. We're shooting a feature in August. It's like one of the fastest features I think I've ever been a part of. We're shooting an entire feature in like a week or something like that. So no, I'm sorry. We're shooting an entire feature in like 2.5 weeks. It's like super fast. But yeah, so we're doing that. So today I actually have a camera test that we're gonna go do later on this afternoon. And so if I'm being fully transparent with you guys, I have not used my Raptor on a film since December. I've used it on like some commercial projects and stuff, but I haven't actually like used it on a film since December of last year. So I have not prepped it for like a film set in a while. So I decided, you know, I got this camera test today. Needed to get the camera prepared, prepped, make it super easy. I'm not DPing this project. I'm just the cam op on it. So camera operator / owner. One of the reasons why I think they're bringing me on for this project. So yeah, so I'll be able to kind of like walk them through everything. So I'm just getting it all set up. Let's see. Let's see what questions. I saw a few questions coming in. Audio is slightly low. Could just be me. No, it's not. Probably not you. So I'm using the. I'm using. Let me see if I can turn it up. Check, check. Is that a little bit better? Is audio a little bit, is that better? Let me know if the audio sounds a little bit better. I am using the Lumix right now to do this live stream. And right before I went live, I realized that audio wasn't coming through the HDMI because I literally turned that feature off so that the Lumix would work better. And so now I'm running the audio straight into the streaming platform. So hopefully I just bumped up the gain. I'm hoping that's a little bit better. Check, 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 check. Hopefully that's better. Scott said, "What's up, Scott? Scott, I haven't seen you on a stream in a while. We need to touch base like really, really soon. I know you're getting all situated in Alaska, but hopefully the move was smooth. You're doing well. Family's doing well, adjusting to Alaska life. Hopefully that's better." Let's see. You're gonna upgrade to the Z mount from Ron? No, I don't think so. I was going back and forth for a really long time. I don't know anything yet, but the only way I would upgrade my Raptor to the Z mount is if I saw something from the Nikon ZR or whatever that camera is supposed to be, and I knew I was gonna go 100% all in on the Nikon system. That's currently the camera that's probably going to make the decision if I'm going to upgrade to the Z mount. But currently as it stands, I'm fine with the RF mount. It's going to get the job done. I got RF to PL adapters. I got a bunch of RF lenses already. I just don't know yet. Scott says, "You gonna see Ick?" I don't know what that is. Is that a movie? I haven't seen that. It's in theaters yesterday, today, and tomorrow. No, I don't know what that is, Scott. I'm gonna have to do some research. I'm not sure what Ick is. I did go see the new Fantastic Four yesterday. Yesterday? Day before yesterday? Day before yesterday. So I went and saw that. Are you the DP? No, I'm not the DP of this project. I am the camera operator. I'm working directly underneath the DP, and so I'm working with him today. We're gonna go do a camera test on the Raptor because he wants to see it in a few things. Ooh, is this the S12 RE log? This is the S12 in RE log. So I don't know. You can really tell. I mean, lighting in my office is just turning all the lights on. Scott has been busy. Yeah. We don't need to touch base. Move was smooth. Wow. Oh, you said we do need to touch base. See, I'm dyslexic, Scott. I thought that said we don't need to touch base. I was like, dang, that hurts. No, he says we do need to touch base. Move was smooth. Everyone's good. It's just 3 hours earlier here, building my house at the moment. I just thought the Z mount would allow for more lens possibility. Yeah, Ron, I kind of go back and forth. Like the Z mount is definitely the superior mount in my opinion of the two, but to upgrade my Raptor, which is my main, like that's my #1 camera, my favorite camera I own, and all of that. I still own so many RF lenses that like until like if I were to move my Raptor from the RF mount to the Z mount, I would have no use for all of my RF lenses, and I would have to get rid of them really fast and then replace them with Z mount lenses really fast. So it's just a little bit more of a process for me personally because I make like my Raptor sits at the top, and then all of my decisions creatively, lens wise, camera wise, are all dictated based off of that camera. So that would be a little bit difficult. No internal NDs. No internal NDs on my Raptor, but I do have what do you call it? I do have a RF to PL adapter that has internal NDs built into it. Preston says, "Beta move to the L mount alliance." I mean, we'll see. we shall see. We shall see. Ick is the movie I worked on in Houston 2 years ago, and I'm in it. Oh shoot, I didn't know that, Scott. That's so cool. Ezra says the stream has never looked better. Of course. Yo, Lumix gang, I will say, y'all deserve to have your moment in the shine. Cause I know I gave y'all, like, first off, everybody who watches this show, who is a part of the Lumix gang, the fact that y'all are still watching this show with all the crap I gave Lumix for years, you guys knew something I didn't know. It was very clear. You guys knew something that I definitely did not know. And you guys deserve this moment in the shine. Y'all do. Y'all really do. Because, yeah, Lumix gang, y'all went through some trenches there for a minute. And y'all stay loyal. And so you absolutely deserve all the good things that are coming to you now. Are the RF lens glass and coatings the same as the EF versions? No. So Canon definitely did some updates when they jumped from the RF lenses, or from the EF lenses, sorry, to the RF lenses. Where is my red tool? By the way, if y'all can see how dirty and messy my workbench is, like, this is how it is 90% of the time. Like, let me see if I can show y'all all that. Y'all see that? Look at that. There's like coffee on there and crap everywhere. Like, when I tell y'all I am a working professional who's got a billion things happening at one time, like, this is literally, my office is always a mess. The part y'all see for the shows on Friday, or when I set up to make a YouTube video, I clean it specifically just to make content. And then after that, my office goes back to being a wreck, because that is what is needed for me to get my job done. But good news, I think I said this on the show Friday, I will be moving into a new office space very soon. It's going to be about a month. We got to do some construction on the new space. But man, I'm so happy. Not only am I going to have a bigger space, but I'll have less neighbors. So, you know, the chances of getting noise complaints and crap are going to go down a lot. And, yeah, it's going to be fun. Hopefully there's going to be a lot more I'll be able to actually do too. All right. So y'all check this out. This is my system for the Raptor. Come on, stupid pin. What the heck? There we go. Cool. Yeah, it's been a minute since I built out my Raptor, so I'm like half building it out for this setup, but then I'm also like half trying to make sure I have all my pieces. Does anybody else have so much rigging equipment that like you literally misplace it sometimes? Prepping the V-Raptor for handheld. Would love some tips to rig for all day long handheld Raptor shots. Dude, so right now I'm prepping it for a camera test. I'm working with the DP today. We're going to be doing a camera test on the Raptor. I think he's trying, well, I don't think, I talked to him. He's trying to decide if he's going to go with the Raptor or the LF. And obviously, I am trying to convince him to use the LF for two reasons. One, I have shot the Raptor and the LF side by side, and I like what you get from the Raptor just a tad bit more. Although the LF does have slightly better skin tones, but you can get that with the Raptor too, or as well. And then, so today I'm just prepping for a camera test. So I'm pretty sure we're just going to be on sticks. However, if you are trying to get into some handheld stuff, recently I've been using Easy Rigs quite a bit for my long day, for my like all day kind of stuff. And then I would also probably recommend looking at the SAC. I've been getting a lot of ads from them. They've been popping up constantly, and they actually had reached out a few months ago asking if I wanted to test out something. I didn't take them up on the offer, only because like I don't like to like take gear from companies if I don't think I'll actually use it. However, if I do end up getting this film and I'm gonna be cam opping it, then I might reach out to them and ask them if I could get one of those for the film, for the feature. So we shall see, but okay, cool. Yeah, just making sure. Yeah, so right now what I'm doing is I'm just prepping my base plate. Actually, I'm an idiot. Why didn't y'all stop me? I'm over here like screwing this in. I don't even have the freaking plate on here. God, I feel like a noob. I don't even know what I'm doing here. All right, let's see. What other questions? Sorry, I'm gonna try to do my best and answer questions, but I'm also gonna prep the gear simultaneously. Love the mic on the chain. Kirk, I've been doing this for a minute. I want to find somebody who can make me a gold mic holder. So what I want, let me see if I can come over here. What I want is like a gold pendant to go around the mic, but that leaves the mic part and the buttons exposed, that I can then put onto my chain and wear it like a pendant. Y'all know what I mean? So that's what I want somebody to make that. It's one of the things that like I'm so close to buying a 3D printer. Y'all have no idea. I've watched so many freaking videos on it. So it'll probably be one of the first designs that I'll try to like create for myself from scratch, is make like a 3D printed like pendant for my chain that'll hold my microphone. Pixis 12K is about to ship. Enjoy it while it lasts, Lumix gang. Dang. Ron, did you buy it? Did you buy the Pixis 12K? Cause if you did, once you get it, let me know. Cause I would love to shoot the Pixis 12K up against the Lumix and up against a Komodo X and or Raptor. I think that would be a really fun video. Obviously, I got a chance to see the Pixis 12K at Cinegear and at NAB, and no, I saw it at Cinegear too. And obviously looks great on the floor, solid camera, but I want to actually like shoot with it, and so yeah, Ron, if you actually got it, let me know. All right, so y'all can see here, this is sort of the base of my setup. So what I have here is an RE dovetail. And so the benefit of the dovetail is it allows you to basically slide your camera back and forth on the plate much further than when the actual head is. And so the benefit there is if you unlock your camera, you'll see how it's like unbalanced, but I can actually slide it back and get it balanced here on my tripod. One thing to keep in mind is that like obviously like this is not the time to balance it, because I still got to put like monitor and audio and wireless transmission and a bunch of other things on here. So but just so you guys can see the base that I'm currently working with, so I'm going to slide this up a little bit, and then I'm just going to lock my tripod because I know I'm about to add some more weight on the back and on the front and all that good stuff. So that's currently where my Raptor build currently is. Logan says, unless Sony adds some of the creature comforts I've gotten used to now on Lumix, it would be tough to switch back. I miss E-mount glass though. That is the one thing I will say, like since I've been shooting on the L mount, it is hard to pick up other cameras because there are creature comforts that the Lumix gives you that other cameras just don't, which is kind of tough. And it's really tough to kind of go back. Like for me, it's been tough to pick up a Canon knowing that I'm missing a lot of the features that I've come to really enjoy on the Lumix at this point. All right, so right now I'm just gonna be throwing my IRIX on here just so I can get it like somewhat balanced. And we can get it where we need it. And then I've got just a Core Nano X to toss on the back here. All right, let's see where we are balance-wise. Yeah, so y'all can see it is not balanced at all. Cool. All right, so now we're closer to balance. That's locked. That's locked. All right, we're looking solid. We're not perfect, but you know, we're getting there. All right, so let's see, what monitor do I want to run? Oh, I definitely need to run audio. So let's grab audio, and then I think I'm gonna run my Axon monitor for today's test. And then I also want to install my Bright Tangerine top handle. Got to do that. Sorry, I lost I lost where I was. Okay, which lenses are you guys testing for this? For the feature? I don't know, actually. The DP hasn't told me. I'm assuming they're going to be PL lenses. He knows I'm bringing the RF, he knows my camera package. So I don't know, but I assume they're going to be some type of PL lenses, but I have no idea what we're testing today. I'm just in charge of the camera. Have you used Z mount lenses? How do they compare to RF lenses? They're good. Like I've used the Z mount Raptor and I loved it. Nikon lenses are just bigger. They're just a little bit bigger and bulkier. Scott says, drink on the surface, major violation. Yeah, you ain't wrong. I like to live dangerously, though. What's Nipsey say? Stay dangerous. What's up, Thomas? Hi, all. Hope your Monday is starting off well. What's up, Mac? Less neighbors is good. Yeah, that's where we're going. Me rigging equipment is a mess. I need a better system. Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt sometimes. Max says, I think it takes a lot of experimentation, to find what works. I've used other people's rigs recommendations and maybe it gets me 80% there, but I've always had specific needs for my own workflow. Bro, I will tell you, like, I did a feature at the end of last year, and I think every day on set I had slightly made tweaks to my rig, and then it wasn't until like the last 2 days where I didn't touch my rig at all. So like it's crazy, but like at least from my experience, whenever you're DPing or you're, you know, cam opping or whatever, like you build the rig you think is gonna work for you for that day, and then like when you get there, like you always want to bring extra tools because like the chances that you're gonna change your rig up is very, very high. At least that was my experience. Nikon Z35 1.4 is $650, and the Z50 1.4 for $550 can be a reason to switch. Those are really great prices. Those are really great prices. Yeah, it's just it's so much work for me. Like not to like I'm not saying that the Z mount isn't a good option. I think it is a great option for most people. I just own so many RF lenses at this point that it's just harder for me to make the switch. I almost over invested in a way. Sorry, I thought I heard something, and it turns out it's just my neighbors. I can hear them; they can hear me. They just came out with an inflatable sack. Kind of wish I had known that was coming before. Storing that thing is no fun. Yeah, I just heard about that. I just saw that ad too. I think I'm gonna end up. That might be the one I asked them if I can use for this film I'm using. This exact rigging process is why I end up taking more photo gigs. Logan, it's I don't know. I like the rigging process personally. It's kind of like playing with Legos. Like it's like you get a chance to kind of like try new things and see what works, and I don't know. I enjoy this process. This process is actually pretty fun to me. but I get it. It's not for everybody. Yeah, I gotta check that out. Yeah, it's kind of bulky, but definitely helps. Ron, how much does the sack weigh? Okay, I'll let Ron handle that. Um, haven't bought the 12K yet. I gotta get the money first. Okay. Well, let me know if you get it, or if I can figure out a way to get my hands on it, I'll let you know. Dude, I'm so behind. Sorry, I'm just gonna breeze through some of these comments real quick. I wish the IRIX line was more fleshed out with matching apertures. They seem like great lenses. Thomas, I 100% agree. That's my number one complaint when I talk about IRIX or when I use IRIX lenses, is that their lineup isn't flushed out. Like they don't have anything in that 85mm range, which makes them really hard for me to recommend. But like the lenses they have for the prices are like really, really solid. So kind of a pain in the butt, but you know, it is what it is. By the way, all of my members, if you guys haven't seen, everybody who is in our mentorship program, sorry, not members, mentorship program, I shipped out the hats today. So you guys should be getting those really, really soon. How did you get a full white Raptor X? Ooh, good question. So my Raptor X is actually not all white. This is actually a skin that I put on it. So it's really hard to tell because my Raptor, my original Raptor is white. Like I did get a all white Raptor, but the face of it is actually black because the Raptor X's only came in black. And so when I updated my Raptor to a Raptor X, they put a black face on the front, and then I got it skinned. I went through a company called Alpha Guard. I think is the name of the company, Alpha Guard. And I was actually going to LA last year for Cine Gear, and they wrapped it for me. Um, and I don't actually even think they sell the wraps for the Raptors because they want to do it for you because it's a very complicated process or something. But yeah. Question: have you tried satellite internet service like Starlink for y'all streams? Is that why you guys IRL streams are so good? No, actually, we do not use Starlink. I wish we used Starlink. We just use Verizon, which is it's actually funny that you say that our streams have been good because I have hated our streams. I've been struggling. Sorry guys, I'm gonna walk away for just a second, but I'll keep talking. But I have been struggling with our live streams because data has been such a pain in the butt making them work. But I mean, I think for what we try to do, we do a pretty decent job. Our number one problem is my expectation for a live stream is very, very high. And so, like, I really struggle with putting out mediocre IRL live streams. And like our first ever live stream we did, or IRL live stream we did, I did it on my phone and it worked. It was good. It was like perfectly fine, but I just really didn't love the image quality out of it. So ever since then, I've been on like a crusade to like figure out how to make the best IRL live streams with a actual camera, like a mirrorless camera. And I get told that I'm trying to do way too much very, very often, because I'm always like buying new live streaming boxes and trying to figure out new solutions for when we're traveling and everything else. So yeah, I'm probably doing too much most of the time, but you know, I am who I am. What is your favorite shotgun mic mount? Dude, I don't have one. I don't typically run shotgun mounts directly on my cameras, except for like on a mirrorless camera. I'll put like, like an NT, what is it, like the Rode NTG? Like I'll put like one of these like on a mirrorless camera, but like whenever I'm shooting with like the Raptor, it's very rare that I'm also running audio directly into my camera as more than just scratch. So like even with this, like I'm gonna be installing this XLR on here. This is primarily like as more of a backup. in case the DP or whoever's running audio wants to, or the director. I don't even know who's in charge of this next film we're doing. But this is like just in case they want to run Scratch into the camera. My job today is to just show them kind of like what is possible, and then they can sort of decide what they want to do. Is there a solution to run audio straight into camera like Rode Wireless Pro? Oh yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. So there's a few different options. I have the XLR adapter here, and that can just run straight into the camera. So this is the way that the Red works. Is there's a audio jack here, this cable. It goes from here into this XLR port, and then you get 2 channels of XLR, or you can get one of these. Sorry, I just realized I'm not really in frame. You can get one of these. This just goes straight into the back of the camera, and that's just 3.5. That's probably what you guys are used to. That's just like kind of like a headphone jack kind of thing, but it's for a mic input, and so you can run that straight into camera. So then you can like plug you can plug anything you want directly into the back of the Red. So today I'm going to be bringing both of these. I don't know what the director is going to want or the DP is going to want. But yeah, I'm going to have both of those ready to go. So that's just sort of like what I'm building for right now. Ezreal question. Which easy rig do you recommend? I recommend the one that will actually support the weight of your camera. So each easy rig is sort of designed based off of the weight of your camera, and then you just basically pick the one that you want to use. I don't personally own an easy rig. I typically rent them as needed just because they're kind of big and bulky, and I don't use them enough right now to rent them. But and normally, like when I do need them, it's for like I know I'm gonna go do a shoot for like 4 days, so I'll get the easy rig for the 4 days and not ship it back, and then I don't need it anymore. So that's the way that I've done it. But normally I just go on the website, I build out my rig, I figure out how big of a camera we're gonna be using, and then I will go on to what is it, Lens Pro to go or Lens Rental now, and I just look at easy rigs and I figure out which one actually fits the weight that I need, and then I just connect a little adapter right onto the top handle, and then I'm ready to go. Oh, sorry, I lost the chat. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me pull the chat back up. Nikon should do the funniest thing in the world and change their name to Yellow. Yeah, I really don't think that is probably ever gonna happen. Definitely want to try the Pixel 12K. Yes, we should totally do that. Just sold my C400. Love the quality of the content. Just too big when fully rigged out for my workflow. I need to take my to the gym. Maybe check out the C80. That should be a little bit smaller. Wrapped a Sony camera one time. Did not go well. Yeah, wrapping is you gotta be patient. What is your lens choice? I don't know what the lens choice is gonna be for this film. I just have an Irix on right now. And can you kind of take it apart and customize it a little bit? Yeah, I should be able to take this apart. How has the Leica monochrome been treating you? Dude, I'm obsessed with it. I am obsessed with Leica monochrome on the Leica. Not Leica. On the Lumix. Brandon got paid. He's sporting a new watch. What? Nah, man, it's the same watch I wear all the time. This ain't even like super nice. It's like by moment. I don't know much about watches. I just like this one, and it matches my chain. Cool. Yeah, bro, I just bought a side handle that has red functions like changing ISO, shutter speed, activating peaking and stuff. I can't wait to make a video on it. What? Whoa, hold on. LXRD, what side handle are you talking about? That gives you red functions like ISO, shutter angle, peaking? Bro, please, in the chat. Hopefully you're still here. What side handle are you talking about? I'm about to probably go buy that right now. That's freaking crazy. Kevin says, I Show Speed and Kai have such great IRL streams. Shocking how 20-year-old kids are accomplishing so much. Dude, so I've looked into their system. Their IRL streams, the backpack that the cameraman walks around with is a $30,000 backpack. It bonds like multiple networks together, has multiple HDMI and SDI ports on the back of it. It is, I mean, don't get me wrong. If we started doing IRL streams every single day and it became a big like part of our business and blah 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 blah, I would maybe consider picking up one of those backpacks. But dude, those backpacks are expensive. I've definitely considered it though. Well, I've definitely done the research, but I've not considered spending that kind of money on live streaming. I don't get like there's like 40 people rocking with us right now, which by the way, thank y'all so much for rocking with us. But rocking with me, but like, I mean, we'll pull like, 100 plus people on a Friday, but Kai and I Show Speed, they be pulling like, 200, 100, like, I mean, thousands of people every single stream. They can invest in that kind of stuff. My number one Nikon gripe is the menus. Yeah, the menus are trash. The Nikon menus are trash. They're my least favorite. What are you guys' thoughts on the new Atomos TX? Dude, I love it. I just need there to be a bigger transmission receiver ecosystem. Like, I like what they're trying to do, but they just need to have a way to connect a cam. Like, they just need to come out with like their own like actual transmitters. Like this Axon monitor is a receiver and a transmitter, but you can just buy a receiver and a transmitter like this by itself. I need Atomos to come out with something like this, and then I'll be a little bit more excited. What up, Jarrell? Jarrell Peak in the building. LXRD, bro, where's the details on this handle? John is also prepping for a shoot. So John is prepping, and he's watching me prep while he preps. Do we know the sensor size on the ZR? We don't know. Yeah, we honestly, unfortunately, we don't know hardly anything about the ZR. They have done a really good job at keeping that under wraps. But I don't know. Hopefully we'll find out some more details soonish. So hopefully sooner rather than later. Because I am definitely interested. I think that camera, like obviously I know what I know about the Lumix right now. What could come from Nikon is probably the only thing that's keeping me at bay from making any like affirmative long-term decisions. But hopefully we'll hear something soon from Nikon. Currently looking. Bro, I've got so much crap everywhere. This is wild. Oh, here we go. Side plate. Gonna install that. And side handle plate. Gonna install that too. All right, so let's see. JP in the building. Does the Axon monitor work with the Cine Master 4K? It does, Ron. It does. It works with all of theirs because it's a dual band. So it's backwards compatible, 2.5 gigahertz, 5 gigahertz, and the CineView Master that also has a 6 gigahertz. It won't work with that, but it'll still work with the 2.5 and the 5. All right, LexRD says kind of pricey, but look up the RVLVR side handle. At first, it was for the Z-Cam. Then they got it to work with Red a while ago, and finally made their second batch of cables. Plugs in the EXT port. Okay. All right, I gotta go look that up. Jarrell is number 2 crown now. Jarrell, how did you jump up to number 2? Jarrell, how did you jump up to number 2? Did you guys like his comment or something? Like how did Jarrell go to number 2 in the chat? He was late. I have no idea. I have no idea how this ranking thing works. I wish YouTube would make it way clearer. I've gone in the back end of YouTube and tried to like read. Oh, by the way, I realize I'm doing this on the far side. I'm not even showing y'all what I'm doing. Currently, I'm just installing the side plate for this for my Raptor here. This is gonna allow me to put side handles directly onto it. But yeah, I don't understand how the freaking ranking system works at all. It is incredibly confusing. They said, Jarrell, what's one of the best high-res cameras? Oh my gosh, please don't get us started again. Don't get us started again. Oh, dope. Somebody just sent me something for the handle on Instagram. I just got the notification. Appreciate you. It doesn't tell me who sent it because I don't have my notifications turned on like that. I use ManyChat to handle all my DMs because my DMs are kind of stupid sometimes. But I appreciate whoever sent that over. I think the sensor will be a full framed 35 by 35.9 by 23.9, same as the Z6 III. I mean, it would make sense, like, unless they actually like created like a new sensor with red. I mean, obviously we know they have that sensor from the Z6 III already in rotation, but I don't know. Ooh, what does this button do? Oh shoot, what up, Max? Appreciate the super chat. Max said he's taking first place. Y'all get out of here. Lumix f1.8 lenses are having the same size and weight as the 67. Lumix f1.8 lenses all have the same size, weight, and all having 67mm filter sizes is a great selling point. Yeah, I mean, for me, when it comes to lenses right now, like I told y'all, I overinvested in RF lenses. We'll never overinvest in another lens system ever again. But lenses do help me make a lot of decisions. All right, y'all, check that out. That's my side handle. It is built directly onto camera, and it can be adjusted. Let's go. All right. Let's see. Renting the SL3 for my next job. We'll see if my gas is contained. Dude, SL3, that's the Leica, right? Bro, you wow. You setting yourself up to spend way too much money. You think every other system is bad, Logan. You are not trying to solve your gear acquisition syndrome at all. They say he hacked the mainframe and took over the Matrix. Jarrell, seriously, how did you jump up into, I guess you're in second place? Oh no, you're in third place now. Jarrell, how did you jump everybody? Like, I feel like Jarrell understands the game and he is yet to teach me the game. See, now that makes sense. JP, teach me your food. Yeah, I don't know what Jarrell is doing. Jarrell with the 10x multiplier XP hack. Bro, that's some he got that unlock. He's trying to win the pay to play game. All right, so I am currently right now I'm actually looking for my monitor attachment, but for the sake of, oh shoot, I don't have the attachment on there. Oh, sorry, that was probably gross. Let's see what we got. The one thing I struggle with the most with this Raptor is figuring out the right place to put the monitor and how I want to run the monitor and power it and all that stuff. I'm going to be running the the Axoon monitor for this project because, one, selfishly, I just want to bring it out on more projects and get better at it and understand it more. And then two, I think it'll be great as a backup for a director's monitor in the case that we run into that situation. But we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. Like I said, I'm not DPing this project. I'm working with the DP as the camera operator. So I'm partially building out a working rig for me, but then also for the DP. All right, here's the other piece I needed. Come on. All right. So we're gonna run a monitor and we're gonna run an EVF. I'm pretty sure. I think that's the plan. Run a monitor and run an EVF simultaneously. Aha. Here we go. Cool. So that's for power. So I've got DTAP for power. I've got a DTAP power splitter. And all right. And then we're gonna rig the monitor directly on. See, now that makes sense. Damn, 10:30 conference call. Okay, lads. All right, Mac. Enjoy the rest of your time, bro. It was appreciated. I appreciate you hanging out with us as always. Ron says I gotta edit a bunch of car commercials today. Oh, Ron, did you go to the car meet this weekend? There was a car meet here in Houston on Saturday, I think at Georgia Brown. I saw people posting about it. I was very, very tempted to getting out and going to that, but then, you know, I just ended up not. But I kind of wish I did. Looked like it was a lot of fun. Looked really cool. All right, let's see. So I think I'm gonna go no outrigger handle for this, which is not common for me. I really love running the outrigger handle, but I think I need more access points on the actual rig. So I'm gonna actually take my outrigger handle off. First thing I'm gonna do is remove this guy. I've got just like a little NATO rail that I normally just keep installed on the top of my outrigger handle. The outrigger handle is more so for like low profile run and gun. They actually came out with this handle for the Komodo X, but everybody kept saying it doesn't work for the Raptor. It definitely works for the Raptor. I think on Red's website they were not marketing it as working for the Raptor, but it definitely does. It's really close. Like there's not a lot of room for your hand to sit here, so it's not super ergonomic. But I mean, if it gets the job done, it gets the job done. That's all I'm concerned with. So definitely works for me, but I understand how it may not work for everybody else. Cool. All right, outrigger handle off the camera. And I'm taking that off so I can actually install. This is the bright tangerine side plate. As you guys can see, there's another deal there. So this way I can actually install this directly to the side of the camera, and then I'll have access to install a lot of other things onto here as well. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's the wrong size. So let's go back to the other size. Sorry, y'all. I kind of neglected any questions. If y'all do have any other questions for me, let me know. Ezra says, gotta go. Going to the pool for my lunch break. Bro, that's so sick. Bro, when I go on my lunch break, it's 9 times out of 10. I have to like, when I go on my lunch break, is normally when I like watch YouTube and do research. Like I've never taken, I'm not gonna say I've never taken, but it's very rare that I take a like an actual, like, relaxing lunch break. I should probably do better at that. All right, let's install that here. Ooh, I am missing 2 little screws. All right, gotta find those. LXRD says, yeah, I run the side handle as well, but it just doesn't have that clearance. But the record button is definitely comes in clutch. Yeah, there's a that's why that side handle that you were telling me about that allows you to control the camera as well, that I'm very, very interested in, because if it gives you like run stop and it gives you like some red control, that would be super clutch for like just like handheld type stuff, because that would be super helpful. That is the one thing, like Red has opened up like third parties to be able to like make accessories, and everything's not proprietary, which is like, that's good. You know, I think that's good for the industry overall. But not as many companies have like fully dived in. You've got Mid 49, and you've got, there's some other company that does it too. But yeah, I just kind of wish there was maybe some more options. Ooh, do I want to put it on this side? I think I do want to put it on this side. All right, so trying to build this rig out so y'all can actually see me do it in real time is actually a tad bit more challenging. So let me take this off. So now what I'm about to install is is my EVF for the Red. This is from Kinaffinity. They make they actually make cameras, but then they also made this this EVF that just works via SDI, which is really sick, and that allows me to have a monitor up top and then a SDI on the side. So then that way my director or DP, they can do whatever they want. So again, today my job is to just show them the options that are currently available to them. All right, so we got that installed. Allows me to turn that there. That's just tension base. And so now I can take this little EVF. This is from Kinaffinity, and should be able to just it normally just slides right on, or it should just slide right on. Oh, hold on. Unlock it first, Brandon, and then lock it, and then boom. And now you can kind of like set it however you want to. And then the nice part about this is it comes with this little cable. So it's got a nice little SDI and power cable, and they're kind of chained together. And so if I take off that cable tie or just unleash that, I can run power into one, SDI into the other, and then literally just on the back of the camera, run SDI into one, and then power. Come on, you stupid thing. Boom. So now I've got a EVF. So now I've got EVF and I've got power, and now I am set. This is a little tall for me. No jokes needed. No jokes needed. But now I've got an EVF here. And so now my rig is set up. And I can start dialing in my shots here. EVF locked in. EVF locked in. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So EVF is set. Side plate set. Record button set. Record button set. We have yet to figure out monitor. How do we want to install the monitor, y'all? How do we want to install the monitor, chat? I've got a Q3 been wanting to experience a hybrid Leica world. Oh, Logan, bro. That's dope. All cameras should be named after dinosaurs. It just sounds way better. The Raptor, the T-Rex, the Indominus Rex. Tell me, bro, you right. That's what my wife thinks. Every time I tell my wife I got a new camera, she's like, what reptile did they name it after? She thinks all cameras are named after reptiles because the only ones I talk about are the Komodo, the Raptor, the Dragon. So, let's see. Is he using the Condor Blue multi-tool? I am. This is the Condor Blue multi-tool, but I got the old version, which is kind of like, so they actually updated it when I was at Cinegear. Let's see if I can block my face and the autofocus work. At Cinegear, they actually fixed this section to make it easier to get the tools out of the top. But yeah, this is mine. As you can see, it is engraved. B-Wash on there. I really dig the tool. I really dig the tool. I use it a lot. Also, I was also seeing that Jarrell, you and Jarrell at Cinegear. I was going on sponsorship hunts, and then I got busy with shooting videos for other people. Also, it was also dope seeing you and Jarrell. Yeah, brother, same. Some people dream of Ari. I dream of upgrading my KX to a V-Raptor X. Dude, I mean, obviously that's one of the things that, like, I'm going on this camera test today. And I believe he is bringing, why is the battery dying even though it's charging? That's pretty wild. What is going on there? Sorry, y'all, I just realized my battery is dying on my streaming box, even though I have it directly plugged in and it's telling me that it's charging. That's wild. But yeah, so I mean, I personally love the Raptor, obviously. I bought it. And I do believe that I am a little biased because, I mean, tried spending $30,000 on a camera and then telling me that it's not the best camera out there. So, yeah, I'm also going to be pretty transparent and say that, yeah, there's probably a good chance that I'm also biased. But aside from that chance of me possibly being biased, I really do think that the Raptor is the superior camera of the two, just because I've shot them side by side. I've looked at the footage, and like full transparency, the dynamic range on the Raptor is better. The resolution is obviously better. And I'm talking about against the LF. And where the LF does win, one, the LF has open gate, which is nice. The LF also has prettier colors straight out of camera. I will give it that. However, I feel like with the Raptor, I was able to get it to match and make it look just as good to where most people could not tell the difference. The biggest difference, though, for a lot of people is what they like. It's very preferential. And a lot of people like Ari. A lot of people trust Ari. And when they walk on a set and they see an Ari, they feel good. So, and that I totally understand. Like, no hard feelings to anybody in the industry who works and feels that way. Because Ari does make a really great image, like they do. So, no hard feelings. Not even going to argue with somebody who happens to feel that way. Because, you know, I feel like they're valid. Like, the Ari is a great camera. I just prefer what the red allows me to do. All right. So now we've got my freaking magic arm. This is primarily so we can stick the monitor any place we want to. And this is probably the beefiest, strongest monitor arm I have, or magic arm I have ever seen and or used. This is from Mofage, and when I tell y'all this arm is ridiculous. But I'm gonna put that there so then I can attach my monitor straight on top, just like that. And now we have the ability to take our monitor, and this rig is getting crazy. We have the monitor's ability to put the monitor basically anywhere. Just tighten that up so there's no play. Tighten that up so there's no play. And there we go. Look at that. Might look crazy, but wildly functional. And that's really what matters when you're on set, is you want a rig that is wildly functional. So now I'm gonna grab probably my longer, let's see, SDI here. Oh no, that should be plenty. All right, so we're gonna grab one of my medium-sized SDI cables. I'm not powering anything on yet. Just doing a test run. SDI to SDI. All right, we are cooking, boys. We are cooking. All right, let's see if we can't take a look at what this rig is fully looking like, because I think I'm almost about there. All right, so first things first, let's check the balance of it. I'm gonna loosen this up and see where we're sitting. Oh yeah, we looking good. We're pretty balanced. Oh wait, no, we're not. I was like, what the heck? Head was locked. So first things first, I'm gonna slide. I'm gonna get my plate even, and now on the NATO rails. Not NATO rails, sorry. Dovetail. All right, there we go. So now we are balanced. All right, so check this out. So on the far side, we have our EVF. This is from Kinfinity. Got direct cables that actually gives me power and SDI coming straight out of the camera, and I have full control here. And then I've got my eye cup here that I can adjust, make changes, change your diopter so that way you can actually see. And it's supposed to have like controls. I think I can use this to start and stop recording, but I haven't actually set that up before, so I'll have to look in and see what that's like. As far as my monitor up top, I've got the Axoon. That's what I'm going to run for this test, at least for today. We'll see how that ends up going. And then I've got this monitor arm from Mofage here. This is just going to allow me to easily just make adjustments. Like if we need to turn the monitor in any particular way, like turn it that way, turn it this way, you know, move it around, whatever. I have full control over being able to make those adjustments kind of on the fly. And this monitor arm is pretty solid. Battery on the back, just a Nano X. I'm going to be hardwiring the power for this guy here. Audio here. Ooh, that's got a little play in it. Let's just tighten that sucker up real quick. This is me every day. Like, where did I set X, Y, and Z? Let's see. Is that the right size? It's not the right size. There we go. Boom. All right, tighten that up. All right, zero play. All right, so now we got XLR inputs here and here. I've got a top handle in case I need to go handheld for a moment. The entire thing is set up onto this left field bright tangerine, and then I got bright tangerine side handles as well. And then what's nice about the bright tangerine system is, let's just grab these suckers. If I needed to go to a shoulder rig, it actually has a pad right here. And then I can just run 15mm rods straight through. and I can attach this here, and then basically this becomes my hand grip bridge, and then I've got hand grips here. But if I don't want to do that, or like for example, probably what I'm going to do for today is I'm probably going to attach this little side grip here, and then just let me loosen that out so I can pull it down and just sort of set this up. So now I've got a nice little handle right here, and I can use this to sort of like control my camera a little bit. Just give myself another point of contact. And then I can just be right here with my eye on the deal. So this is my Raptor X. It is fully rigged out now. This is what I'm going to be running today for my camera test. So that should be pretty fun. All right, let's hop into these questions. Also, I was LXRD says also, it was also dope seeing you and Jerome. Oh, that was a Cine Gear. Saw that. 28 years later made me want to sell my cameras. 28 years later made me want to sell my cameras and just buy a iPhone 15. Dude, I have not seen that movie yet. And I know there's like a whole deep dive in like how they shot that and using iPhone. I need to go check that out. Jason says, no way. Have you seen the BTS and how they rig the iPhone? No thanks. So that's the thing. It's like when a lot of these companies say they were shot on iPhone, or you see commercials or even stuff from Apple when it says shot on iPhone, normally it's like $100,000 worth of grip that goes into it. So at that point, might as well use a camera. It really just is a case with a lens on it, no different than most other cameras. I'm still choosing the Raptor X, but the movie inspired me with cinematography again. It is always cool to see somebody film with limitations, because it kind of makes you feel like, okay, well, if they had to deal with those limitations and they made it work, then there's no excuses for me. So at least I think that's how most people are. So they get a little bit more motivated. Was there ever a hot swapping battery solution that wasn't a shark fin ever made for the Raptor X? No. The only way to do hot swapping for the Raptor X is with a shark fin, or you go the old-fashioned way, plug it in, take your battery off, put a new battery on, unplug it, you keep moving. I've even seen people use the 4-pin to D-tap. So they'll plug in a 4-pin, plug that into a battery, and then so that way the camera's being run off of that battery. Take this battery off, put a new battery on, and then keep going. So that would be the only way to hot swap. Oh, my Lumix is about to die. Do I have another battery? I do. All right, chat. I gotta do a little. Let me see. Maybe I can just plug it in. Maybe I just hardwire it in for a little bit. Let's see. Can we get away with this? We probably can't. All right, chat. I'm going to try to do a hard battery swap on this camera. We'll see what happens. Are we back? Are we back? We are back. Alrighty. But wait, are we in? Did the camera set itself up? Why did it reset? Hold on, y'all. It set itself back up to like 60 frames a second, and it's back in open gate. What the hell? Give me 1 second, chat. Okay, we're back in 60. No, that's still got black bars. What the hell? Okay, there we go. Come on, Lumix. Okay, there we go. All right, we're all set now. How much for the red? Better question, how much is the whole rig? Dude, I don't know. So the Raptor, I think a Raptor X right now, brand new, is 30. The monitor's like 800. You're probably looking all in on this thing, maybe 40,000, maybe? No. Well, with the tripod, maybe 35 to 40,000 would be my guess. Ron says you could use the core SWX snap batteries for hot swapping. Dude, yes, that is the system that I want to invest in so badly. I just haven't got around to it. They finally came out with the update that I wanted at Cinegear. They now have a micro V mount that you can attach directly. Like, you don't have to plug it into the camera. You can just have it directly attached and then start snapping the batteries onto the back. I think they showed off larger than 45s, because the Raptor can chew through some batteries like really, really fast. And so 45s really wouldn't work well for me, but 150s or 90s, something along that range, would be really good for the snap batteries, and that's exactly what I want to go. Ron says I have 3 of them. Yeah, that's definitely a solution. So a few things. One, there's probably a really big chance that, like, I'm going to end up like attaching like one of these guys on here that I can run into my battery. So then that way I can pull for the monitor in, as well as there's probably a strong chance that they're going to want a wireless transmitter on here, which I'll probably do the wireless transmitter coming out of the SDI. If they don't want to go Axoon, I'll probably go SDI out of this here into whatever wireless transmission device they want to go. And so I think this is probably where I'm going to make that last change. But yeah, for the most part, that's really the whole rig. At least this is what I'm planning on taking with me today for the camera test. I think this is going to give them a good idea of what's possible. I'll probably pack up a few additional accessories, maybe a few lenses, obviously some batteries. But ultimately, they just want to see what the footage is going to look like. I just think it's important that anytime you're taking a camera out on a camera test, you also want to showcase like sort of the ergonomics of like what it's like to actually use said camera. What is that going to feel like? You know, what is the weight like? Is it unbalanced or whatnot? And so you can see as I take my hands completely off the camera's perfectly weighted, nothing's going to change. And then I can just sort of lock everything down in place. And now nothing's going anywhere. Everything's really nice and solid, and they can test it. So that's the goal for today, to run this test to see what this is going to look like. Ron says, I have the V mount plate and they now have 99 watt batteries. Okay, cool. So that's good. So that's probably what I'm going to end up going with here pretty soon. Switching over to those. But yeah, guys, that is my VRaptor build. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me while I built this out. I have to now go get ready for the camera test. We said we were going to try to do the test sometime after 2 o'clock, so I'm going to go find out what time exactly we're going to go do that camera test. And then after my camera test, I got a ton of editing to do. And so probably going to spend most of this evening doing some edits. So I might go live again this afternoon. If you guys want to go live, hang out, we might do an edit and chill session. A few of you guys want to rock and hang out, because I definitely need to do an editing session. Got a lot of work to do, but appreciate it. Jarrell Peak in the building. Great stream, brother. Hope it goes well today. Thanks, man. I will keep you posted, Jarrell. I'll hit you up this afternoon and let you know kind of how everything plays out. But yep, thank you guys so much for rocking with me. I appreciate you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this just impromptu, what I'm working on type stream. I hope to do a lot more of these really soon, especially when I get into the new studio space. When I get in a new studio space, we gonna turn up because I just got more space to do more stuff. So can't wait for that. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. It's been real. I'll catch you guys in the next stream.